In this video, we're going to talk about SQL procedures for managing data and related transactions. Most custom operations run as a transaction. According to the ACID principles, transactions are atomic. Successful completion of transaction leads database in a new state for following transactions. SQL command commit is used for the completion of the transaction. When it is executed, the result is recorded and becomes available to other transactions. In case of failure, rollback returns the base to the state before the start of the transaction. To roll back, use the eponymous rollback command. When using the save point facility, rollback can be executed to the last saved point rather than to the whole transaction. For this purpose, you can specify the name of the saved point in the rollback command. Almost all DML and DDL commands can be rolled back if necessary. The DBMS and data dictionary level operations work out of a transaction and cannot be rolled back. To cancel them, you will have to restore the base from a backup. For example, if the inner parameters of the DBMS have been changed significantly and their previous parameters have been lost, it is better to restore from a copy. If the previous value was stored, you can overwrite the value of each parameter with the opposite with a series of alter commands. If a user session is interrupted due to a connection failure, the rollback will automatically apply to its results. It means that any incomplete transaction is automatically rolled back without leaving intermediate results in the database. All DML commands except truncate are isolated from other transactions, that is, their results are not visible to other sessions until commit is executed. For instance, the result of a money transfer will not be visible to the recipient until the transaction is complete. Let's see how transactions work on the database side. We have prepared a simple command that will create a new table in the database. This command is transactional, which means it won't appear in other sessions until the transaction is completed. So until the commit command is executed. Let's execute this command and thus start the transaction. And we see the message that the table was successfully created. Now let's refresh the list of tables on the side to see if our new table appeared. And when we click refresh, we see that it hasn't appeared. The whole thing is that this side window is running in its session and doesn't see the result of the create table command because we haven't pressed commit or written the command manually. Now let's press commit and refresh the list of tables again. And we see that our new table appeared in the list. And what happens to transactions in case of an error? Let's create another table, Y. See that it was successfully created. Update the list of tables. However, we don't see it in the side view because it is in another session and we didn't press commit. Without confirming this transaction, we try to create the table again and we see a logical error that the table already exists and cannot be created again. We have just executed an SQL command that led the transaction to an invalid state, and now no matter what query we execute on this transaction, even the select one, we will see the same error. The current transaction is in an error state and needs to be rolled back before executing any queries. Whether commit or rollback is executable now is not important. All that matters is that the transaction is finished. Let's press rollback and see if our table Y appears in the list. No, it doesn't, because we rolled back the entire transaction, including the successful creation of the table. Now let's try to run the query and see that it ran successfully because it is already another transaction. If you try to repeat this experiment on your computer, your database might act differently. And it's not about the database, but about the dbeaver settings. The thing is, your connections might have different default settings. For example, automatic commit of running queries or enabled automatic rollback queries if there will be an error. Let's take a look at the program settings. The SQL Execute tab has a scripts menu where you can select the commit type. The most convenient is the commit option at the end of the script because in case of an error, the script automatically rolls back and you don't need to manually press rollback. Also, when you create a database connection, you specify its type: development, testing, or production. These types also have their own attributes. For example, the development connection type has an auto-commit option by default. This is convenient because if you close the session and forget to manually commit changes, they will disappear.